Welcome to the World Wire Update. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon for more updates and thrilling short scenes. The evening news flickered to life in millions of American homes, a familiar ritual that marked the end of another long day. But tonight, the air felt different, charged with anticipation and uncertainty. Blue light from the television danced across weary faces, reflecting both exhaustion and a growing sense of unease. In Ohio, the Miller family's dinner was interrupted by a jarring special report. News that the federal government was considering Chinese state-owned firms to rebuild a major American bridge, a $2.6 billion project that would shape the nation's future. Forks clattered onto plates, the sound sharp in the sudden hush. Across the country, stunned silence replaced everyday chatter. Conversations halted mid-sentence as families tried to process what they were hearing. The idea of asking China, America's chief rival, for help with something as iconic as a bridge was bewildering. Social media exploded with disbelief, outrage, and confusion. Memes of bald eagles and panda hats went viral as the internet tried to make sense of the news through humor and satire. Pundits scrambled for hot takes, filling the airwaves with heated debates and speculation about what this meant for America's future. The news challenged a core American belief: self-sufficiency and engineering prowess, values that had defined the nation for generations. Why was this even on the table? How had it come to this point? For generations, American infrastructure was the gold standard, admired and envied around the world. Now, turning to a rival felt like an admission of defeat, a sign the nation that once put a man on the moon was struggling to fix its own roads and bridges. The contrast was stark, and the symbolism impossible to ignore. Officials insisted it was a pragmatic move, not a choice. They spoke of budgets, timelines, and the need for expertise, but their words did little to calm the storm. The headline forced a moment of national introspection. Was America falling behind? Was this the price of years of neglect and underinvestment? The stunned silence in the Millers' dining room echoed across the nation as families everywhere wondered what the future would hold. For a challenge this big, maybe the only help available was from the last place anyone wanted to ask. The nation waited, uncertain, as history unfolded on their screens. The shock only surprised those who hadn't been paying attention to the warning signs all around us. For years, many have ignored America's slow infrastructure decay, dismissing cracks and rust as minor issues. But for decades, bridges, the backbone of our economy and daily life, have been quietly deteriorating, often out of sight and out of mind. The American Society of Civil Engineers reports a staggering number of the nation's 617,000 bridges are now considered structurally deficient, putting millions at risk. Deferred maintenance and chronic underinvestment have created a multi-trillion-dollar backlog, a problem that grows more expensive with every passing year. When a key bridge fails or closes, the economic disruption is immediate and severe. Supply chains break, commutes become nightmares, and entire communities are cut off from vital resources. Local economies lose millions of dollars every single day as businesses struggle and families face uncertainty. It's no longer just inconvenient, it's a matter of public safety and economic security, affecting everyone from first responders to school buses. Emergency patching is like putting a bandage on a gaping wound, offering only temporary relief while the underlying problems worsen. Thousands of bridges now need full-scale replacement, not just repairs, to ensure safety and reliability for future generations. The $2.6 billion bridge isn't an anomaly. It's a symptom of a much larger systemic failure that's been ignored for too long. The decision to rebuild is driven by necessity, not choice. Leaders and engineers are left with no other option. The cost of inaction, disaster, economic loss, chaos, now far outweighs the price of rebuilding, making investment urgent and unavoidable. America is finally facing the bill for decades of neglect, and the time to act is now before the next crisis strikes. Why is rebuilding a major bridge in the U.S. so hard? It's slow, expensive, and tangled in red tape. Projects crawl through layers of regulations, environmental studies, and public comment periods, adding years before construction even starts. High labor costs, expensive materials, and a shortage of skilled workers drive up budgets. The design-bid-build process separates design from construction, causing delays and overruns. The domestic industry is stretched thin, lacking enough manpower and equipment for urgent projects. What takes 3 years elsewhere can take 15 in the US, ballooning costs and public frustration. This logjam forces officials to consider unconventional solutions, even foreign partners who can deliver faster and cheaper. While America struggles to maintain and upgrade its aging infrastructure, often facing delays, budget overruns, and political gridlock, China has become the world's undisputed bridge-building powerhouse. Over the past 2 decades, China has built more bridges, and done so faster and cheaper than any other nation in history, transforming its landscape with record-breaking speed. State-owned giants like China Communications Construction Company use a vertically integrated model, designing, manufacturing, and building under one roof, allowing for tight coordination and efficiency. This seamless process slashes delays and costs, making ambitious projects possible. Chinese firms benefit from massive economies of scale, producing materials for countless projects and keeping costs remarkably low. Their rapid timelines and cost-effectiveness win contracts worldwide, from Africa to Southeast Asia and beyond. It's not just about cheap labor. It's a result of strategic, state-supported industrial development and relentless innovation. The Chinese government has made infrastructure a national priority, investing heavily in R&D, advanced technology, and workforce training. Their engineers have tackled the world's toughest engineering challenges, building the highest, longest, and most complex bridges ever attempted. This deep experience gives them unmatched confidence and capability, setting a new global standard for bridge construction. China's dominance isn't just speed and cost, it's technological innovation. Prefabrication is key. Massive bridge sections are built in factories, then assembled on site like giant Lego pieces. The Hong Kong-Zhuhai-Macau Bridge and the Beipanjiang Bridge showcase this prowess, using modular construction and advanced materials. Chinese engineers lead in ultra-high-performance concrete, allowing for stronger, longer-lasting designs. Digital tools like building information modeling and digital twins optimize construction and monitor bridges in real time. Specialized machines, like the SLJ 900-32, speed up massive projects. This blend of modular methods, advanced materials, and digital integration is China's blueprint for success. They build not just bigger and faster but smarter. Their infrastructure is designed for the 21st century. The prospect of hiring China is tempting but fraught with risk. National security fears loom. Could a Chinese-built bridge hide vulnerabilities or surveillance tech? Economic concerns are real. A $2.6 billion contract means jobs and money flowing overseas, weakening America's own industry. Relying on foreign expertise risks further eroding domestic capacity. Differing safety and labor standards add complexity and require strict oversight. Any mishap would spark political firestorms and fuel critics. The politics are explosive. Opponents would call it a sign of decline. The question is the practical benefit worth the symbolic and long-term risks? The US turning to China for a bridge is more than a story about steel. It's a parable for our times. In a connected world, no nation can be the best at everything. The era of total self-sufficiency is over. Interdependence is reality. One path is protectionism, risking isolation and decline. The other is pragmatic engagement, leveraging others' strengths while enforcing strict standards and oversight. Global leadership now means orchestrating the best outcome, not doing everything alone. America's infrastructure crisis demands humility and realism. If domestic systems can't deliver, leaders must explore all options, even politically difficult ones. Sometimes collaboration with a rival is necessary to solve urgent problems. Building a bridge with a competitor may be risky, but sometimes it's the only way forward.